Webheads unite! That's right, guys. Welcome to After the Pull. Fans, this is episode 28. That's right, we're going to be discussing death metal, and we're going to be talking about Snyder's Darkseid teaser. That's the name of this episode. Guys, how you doing today? Welcome to the show. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this show. I think it's going to be a lot of fun like usual, and we got a lot of great things to discuss today, and we got some top comic books to talk about. And so even though it wasn't like a very heavy week for comics, I found out that a lot of people just found stuff to buy, right? And I think that's really kind of cool because you can continue to support your local comic book shops. So Smoke Ghost is on, says, "What's up, Mike?" Samuel David's on. He says, "Hello, everybody." So yeah, guys, we're going to have a lot of fun today. So what are we going to be talking about? Well, we've got a couple topics to talk about. The first thing is we're going to be obviously talking about Snyder's Justice League teaser with Darkseid. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I thought that was kind of cool. We'll talk about it a little bit. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it real quick on Newsarama, or you can go onto Twitter and you can watch it real quick and we'll discuss that. We're also going to be talking about The Walking Dead, the comic book. It makes its return. I'll tell you in a little bit. And then we're going to be talking about the Empire teaser, okay? And if this teaser actually get you excited for the event at all, because there's could be things that are happening here when you see this teaser. I'm going to point out some stuff. I took some notes, so we'll see what happens, okay? And then the books that we're going to be discussing today, we're going to be talking about Man Among Ye. That's that pirate book from Image Comics. We're going to be talking about Hotel Issue 2 from AWA Comics, which I thought that was a standout. We're going to be talking about The Resistance Issue 2, another AWA product, which I think was pretty good. The Return of Family Tree. This is issue 6. It kind of kicks off a new story arc to this particular book. Wind issue 1. This is Tinian the Fourth's new project from Boom Studios. Something completely different that we haven't seen from the guy. At least I haven't seen him do this in a while, at all. And then, of course, the last book that we're going to talk about, because I want to make sure we have amount of people that are going to be on here, is Death Metal issue 1. Oh, yeah. And then I have the most monumental, biggest statue unboxing ever. It's gonna blow your mind. Are you ready? I'm gonna show you. It is a DC mini figure. It's a mystery mini figure that you can find at Target for $3.99. We're gonna unbox this bad boy. We're gonna see what's inside. You can get one of 20 plus figures in here. I think I'm gonna collect these suckers. They're $3.99. Can't beat the price. I can't afford those big ass statues, but I can afford these $3.99 pieces, right? So pretty cool stuff. We'll unbox that after these topic videos. So let's see who else is on the show today. We got Mr. Vic. He's on, says, "What's up, peoples?" Smoke Ghost also says, "Can't wait to see this cut. Just hope too much isn't leaked before its release." Esau is on the show. He says, "Hey, Mike." Lyric Magic Moments on the show says, "What's up?" And Cmil28 says, "What's up, Mike? Hope you're having a good day." I am. Thank you for asking. And then I have Tevia, who's on the show. Doesn't miss a show. He says hello. And Comics for All People, number 1, says hello, good people. And so let's do a couple of the promotions here real quick, and then we will get started with the show. So, guys, at any time, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any content from me. I have people actually messaging me saying, "Mike, And it was for this show last week saying, I couldn't find your show last week. I had no idea it was on. So you want to make sure when you hit notifications, hit all notifications so you don't miss that content from me. And also, guys, if you want to become a member of this channel, there's 3 different tiers. It's as low as 99 cents. It supports the channel, brings the channel a long way, and it gives you, the viewers, the fans, extra perks, extra content that I produce. It gives you badges on your comments, all kinds of cool little stuff like that. Takes the channel a long way. Thank you. And then if you want something free, just go on to the the Facebook group page called Comic Book Corner 2.0 Webheads Unite. Okay, guys, that is absolutely free. This is a great group. It's growing pretty good. I think I have over 170 members right now. Since I introduced the thing. And what it is, it's a group where you get to share your haul every week. So the books that you pick up, you show pictures of your collection. That's all it is. It's a real chill group, and everyone loves to share all their stuff. So it kind of makes you like, you know what? I want to share my stuff. I want to show my collection to people. So I think that's really cool. And again, it's slowly growing. So again, the Facebook group is called Comic Book Corner 2.0 Webheads Unite. Absolutely free. The only thing you have to do is sign up for it, and I approve you. And that's it. So there you have it. There's all the promo stuff, guys. Hopefully you're going to enjoy the show. So let's start right now, all right? So we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about the first one. Snyder's Justice League teaser, okay? I saw the picture, I think, last week of Darkseid, and it was like this little picture of him, and I'm like, that's not really giving me anything, right? Doesn't get me excited for this cut. And then this teaser trailer was kind of announced, and then you have Wonder Woman on there, and she's talking about Darkseid, and it's just a very scary tone when you were watching this trailer, and she's watching this picture of Darkseid and whatnot, and you're like, well, dang, that's kind of creepy. And then it kind of shows you the zoom in of Darkseid, and it's that picture that you saw. Unfortunately, it doesn't get any bigger than the picture that you saw online already. It was far away. You see him on Apocalypse, and he zooms in, and there he is, and you're just like, damn, that's it. And I'm like, shit, I wanted to watch more, right? So I was definitely like, oh man, I just want a little more. But I'm not gonna lie, it gave me a little bit of the goosebumps when Diana Prince, when she was talking and she was narrating those words. I was like, yeah, it's kind of scary. So it definitely piqued my curiosity, makes me want to see this thing. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it because I'm not paying for HBO Max. So maybe somehow I can watch it. But I thought it was a pretty cool trailer. Darkseid, they should have introduced Darkseid from the start, man, not Steppenwolf. So we'll see what happens with that trailer. But it looked pretty cool in my opinion. So Smell28 said, I just read Red Mother's issue 1 through 5, and it was amazing. Yes, I've been recommending that book to a lot of people. Same with my friends from Comic Frontline, where I do my other live stream with my friends on here Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern time. We talk about that book all the time, and it's a great book. So I'm glad you liked it. It's definitely one of those books where not much has happened yet, even though you're 5 issues in, but you just want to read more. All right. F Music says, I really enjoyed the original Justice League when it came out, but upon a rewatch, I now hate the movie, but the Snyder Cut has a whole lot of potential. Yeah, it definitely does. I agree with you there. The Justice League movie, when I saw it in the theaters, I was kind of like, it's not horrible, but it wasn't great. And it was nowhere near Avengers level type of movie, right? So, and then I've watched it again at home, and I'm like, this movie's really bad. Like, Steppenwolf is just a very boring villain. When there was things going on Earth, there was never any people around. There was just this one family that they focused on, and it was just so out of place. It was like, oh shit, we gotta put real people in this movie to feel like Earth is being threatened. Maybe we should just focus in one family and they won't notice that there's other humans missing from this movie. So I don't know. I hated that part. And so it was just an odd movie, but whatever. Tevia says maybe they should drop the Steppenwolf. I don't know. Maybe. Lyric Magic Moment says we don't have HBO Max in the UK, so not sure how it's going to be shown over here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe if it's released on HBO Max first, then maybe they'll release it on DC Universe, or maybe they'll release it on DVD or Blu-ray, and then this way you can purchase it that way, because they're gonna somehow have to get it across seas, right? That's my thought process behind it. Okay. Comics for All People #1. Did you hear Punchline supposed to kill Harley in number 75? Somebody told me. Okay. Let me tell you this. That comment right there, I don't know if that's true or not. And maybe you saw it in one of my videos. But I did a speculation video. Is this the end for Harley Quinn? Because obviously we know that Punchline and Harley meet, right? And it's a coincidence that Harley series is ending at 75, right? Now, my thought process there, that's how I put those things together. Now, DC will never get rid of Harley Quinn. That's never going to happen, okay? But they're not gonna, they could always kill her off and then bring her back, because we know in comics death is not permanent. But they could kill her off and then bring her back in her new series or whatever it is. Because again, this is Harley Quinn's like first time meeting Punchline, and this is gonna be pretty much like her main enemy, I feel like. So I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know. It might be rumor. It could be speculation. It's obviously speculation, but I don't really see it happening, but if it does, holy shit, then I would be right. Because I made this video probably a month ago before issue 92 came out, and as soon as we got word that the Harley Quinn issue was ending, the series was ending at 75, I made that video. I was like, oh, it's just a coincidence that the Harley Quinn book is ending when Punchline is making her appearance, and these two are going to fight. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that going forward. So a lot of stuff going on in Batman right now, and I'm really excited for it. I think the series has been phenomenal. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Did you hear that Immortal Hulk is ending at issue 50? Yes, I did hear that. I thought it was going to end a while ago after that first story arc with the World Smasher Hulk or whatever that Hulk was in the universe, and they had that weird-ass story. I thought it was ending there. And I said it also in the past where it was like, oh, after this leader story, like, I don't know how much Al Ewing has left to write when it comes to the Immortal Hulk. So I can truly believe that that would end at issue 50, and that's okay, because a particular writer can only write so much. How far can they go with the Immortal Hulk? Would I be sad to see it go and end? Yes, absolutely. I think Immortal Hulk has been a great series, a definite change for the character. And but if he feels like he doesn't have any more story to tell, then yeah, then leave. I don't want you to overstay and then the book starts to suck, right? All right. So what else do we have? Jeff Pearl Jam 1976 says, have you read Hotel issue 2 yet? Yes, I did. That's actually on the list to talk about when we talk about the comics. So we will talk about that. Rafe? Is that how you say it? You know, I can't read well, so even though I read comics all the time. It says, hey, all first time here live. Welcome to the show, man. Hopefully you enjoy it. And I don't know if you're new to the channel or whatnot, but welcome. The Media Jack says, Spider Slayer, what's up? And Tevia's message was retracted from before. And we got Lyric Magic Momo says, "You're right, Mike. They will let Harley die and then have a massive Harley Quinn comeback." So, yeah, I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, Punchline is introduced in Batman's universe for a reason. And the first interaction is her and Harley, and they start off in this fight. And then when you see in Batman, I think they showed preview pages, I'm not sure if it was 93, where they actually fight, and we see this special move that Punchline does, and she kind of slits her throat. Now, it's not a fatal wound, but she realizes Harley got nipped in the throat there. That could be the start, the beginning of the end for Harley Quinn. So we'll see. If that happens, it makes big time news, I'm telling you. So stay tuned for that. Let's see what else we have. Tevia says, "Too bad Bendis is still on Superman." We know the Superman story, Tevia. He'll leave eventually. Maestro is coming in August. Yes, that's Peter David is writing that story. I think it's the origin of the character, so that's going to be cool. Tevia says, "Have you read Death Metal? Because I love this event. Fantastic and badass." I read Death Metal issue 1. We'll be talking about that. That will be the last comic we talk about today. Media Jack. It only makes sense for Punchline and Harley to meet up so soon. This is the setup of something explosive later. Yep, you're right, bud. I definitely get that, Media Jack. I feel like something big is going to happen. Esau says, "I'm looking forward to your next couple of weeks of top 10 most anticipated comics. I'll finally be able to go to the local comic book shop." Good. I'm glad, Esau. I feel... my top 10 most anticipated really helps people make decisions of what comics to buy. I'll try my best to get them out. My summer schedule is starting to ramp up now when it comes to work. I've been given the green light to teach tennis full time again. My tennis camp is starting on Monday. So in the summertime, I get extremely busy. So if there's videos that are missing here and there, don't worry, guys. I'm not going anywhere. It's just I could be too tired and I might not be able to make all the videos. Things might be a little bit off schedule for at least the next 7 weeks or so. I'm working I'm almost teaching 8 hours of tennis a day. That's a lot here. So we'll see what happens. Frank says, "Hey, hi, Mike. What's up? What have I missed?" Just about all the comments you guys are talking. You guys are doing great here. Media Jack says, "I feel as though there is a chance one will go to the other for help in some way down the road." And then Tevia says, "Can Punchline kill Joker's daughter?" Dude, I haven't even seen Joker's daughter. I totally forgot about her. Does that even exist still? Did they just kind of push her off to the side? All right, so we talked about this Snyder's Justice League teaser with Darkseid. Cool teaser. If you haven't checked it out, go on the Newsarama. It's on there, guys, or go on Twitter, search for it. It's on there. It's an eerie teaser. So let's move forward here. Let's talk about something real quick. When I first started doing YouTube years ago, I was the Walking Dead guy. People just came to me for Walking Dead videos, and I've been a huge fan of the show, the comic. I don't watch the show so much anymore because it's just boring, but the comic I've read from issue 1 all the way to its conclusion, and we just got word today that The Walking Dead is returning July 1st. Okay? With only a one shot. It's called Negan Lives One Shot. It's for $4.99. But here's the thing. Robert Kirkman wrote it and did it to help the comic book shops. Okay? This book is going to go to the comic shops for free. And all the profits are going to go to the shops, which I think is phenomenal. And I think I'm going to buy 2 issues. Because I think that's a great idea. That's awesome for Kirkman to do. And to have a story about Negan in the future, to find out that he lives and what he's been up to all this time, I think is a cool follow-up story, right? And I think Walking Dead fans will really appreciate it because it's been like a year since the series has ended. So I'm on board with that. And if you're a Walking Dead fan, I think you're going to be excited too. And even if you're not a Walking Dead fan, this could be a book that you might just want to put in your collection and help out your comic shop because, again, 100% of these proceeds are going to go to the shop. So that's a great idea there. Really good stuff. All right, so let's see what we got here. Tevye says she appeared in Nightwing. When did she appear in Nightwing, Joker's daughter? I don't know. Slime says, soon Punchline's going to get sidelined too. You know, that would be the shit. I also mentioned in that same video, it's kind of like we've had all this hype with Punchline, and what if Harley actually kills Punchline? Wouldn't that be the shit right there? It's like everyone's like, oh, fuck Punchline. Punchline's the freaking shit. And then she dies. And you know, it's like, oh man, I invested all that money in Punchline and she lasted 2 issues. That would be horrible, right? Oh my gosh. Let's see. Tevye dropped the show long time. Jeff Pearl Jam 1976 says, is Death Metal considered the Snyder cut? No, we're talking about Justice League. That's the Snyder cut. Frank Corvino, Frank says, it's for the comic shops. I'm definitely buying too. That's awesome to hear. And Tevye is a fan of Invincible, which was done by Robert Kirkman as well. And Comic Universal's like, sorry I'm late, Mike. Dude, don't apologize for being late. I'm just happy you're here. It doesn't matter, man. You know, some people can't always make it, you know. I want you guys to revolve your schedules around me. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do this video next week because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to read my comics, and I got tennis camp. I got tennis class in the evening times. So I might do this maybe Friday next week. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Again, my schedule's going to be a little jumpy, okay? So just letting you guys know that. Jeff Pearl Jam 76. No, both their last name are Snyder. Sorry. I just went over my head. All right, so let's talk about the next topic, and then we'll go into the comics here. We're going to talk about this Empire teaser, okay? So, same thing, Newsarama. I get a lot of my news from Newsarama because I know they're probably one of the most credible sites, and my good friend Kat Comic Uno writes for them. She does articles for them, so it's a reliable source. So, the Empire teaser was dropped as well. Obviously, they do one of those comic teasers, and it kind of got me a little bit, I want to say it got me a little bit pumped for this. Because they show Hulkling, he talks to the Kree and the Skrulls, and says, we got to come together, we have to align, we have to defeat Earth, blah, 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 blah. So then they go, and it shows them attacking Earth, and we get to see Earth's Mightiest and the Fantastic Four kind of doing battle against them and whatnot. But there were some key things that were pointed out in this trailer. Okay, obviously, like I said, Hulkling declaring war on the Avengers and the Fantastic Four. And then it moves into a series of like a lot of images from the series. So, and this could be apparent deaths or something that could happen, okay? One is Thing. He is cut in half by Hulkling. The Thing is cut in half by Hulkling. Now, is that just a fake image? Is that just something? But that happened in the trailer. And then in previews of Empire issue 1, Captain Marvel is stabbed by Hulkling. Okay? And then Captain America, who appears he's skeletonized with an atomic blast in the background, okay? And then there's a trailer also mentions a hero's betrayal that happens in that trailer as well. So go on there, watch it, and see what it's about. If all these things actually happen, this could be a Marvel event to actually pay attention to. I really think so. I mean, again, it's hype. It's a trailer. They're going to want to try to get you to buy every single book because it ties into every single thing. But who knows? it could be good. This could be the sleeper event that Marvel never expected you to read, and it could be the best one. Or it could be like some of the other lackluster events that they've had. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. So the comic book noob is on the show. He says hello. Comic Universal says Young Justice was pretty epic and it ended on a great cliffhanger. What is Impulse hiding? That was the cliffhanger. It's so funny. I've been hot and cold with Young Justice. I didn't read it. And I was thinking of actually buying it this time because I'm like, am I going to read it this time? Am I going to not read it? Because I haven't been overly impressed with it. It's just, there's so many characters involved, right? So maybe I'll try it out. Tevye says, any opinion on Miles Morales trailer because that game looks fantastic? I'm sure it does. I'm not a gamer. I play mobile games. I used to play a lot of video games, but my son has taken over my Xbox One, my Switch, everything. He plays it. I play with him every once in a while, but I'm not buying a PS5 for the Miles Morales game. Okay. Doug says, liked Newsarama. I don't care for the changes they made with Games Radar. Almost impossible to read the articles on my phone now. Yeah, I agree with you. Here's a tip. Kamaguno, Kat, she, like I said, she writes articles for them. She told me, just go on Twitter, search Newsarama, and all the breaking news, all the tweets are on there, and just click on that, and it's easier to navigate that way, if that makes sense. So check it out that way. Okay. So, all right, guys. So let's talk about some of the books that came out this week. The first one is Man Among Ye. Okay. Only picked this up because there wasn't a lot of books. There was a lot of independents that came out. So now's your time to try these books, okay? And see like, okay, am I going to go forward with these books? Am I going to drop some Marvel? Am I going to drop some DC? Or actually lack of DC when it comes to comic books these days? And I tried it. And for me, it was okay. It was just about a guy whose name, I think John, who's a pirate. And then there's this other girl who's like the girlfriend of the pirates, and they do battle against it's gonna sound so generic. They do battle against other pirates in the ocean. They set a boat on fire, right? And I guess this pirate is pretty scary pirate, and but he has this girl pirate that's with him, and his crew doesn't like it, and they're kind of thinking of like betraying him, and because they just don't like the female, and you know he chooses her over them, you know, and it's kind of unheard of in that territory. And so there's a stowaway on the boat, and they put the stowaway locked up in a cage, and then what's going to happen is that the captain's crew winds up kind of going down towards the cell, and they're like, let's rough them up a little bit, you know, and then you see the female pirate come down the stairs and go, hey, what are you doing there? And she starts fighting them, and she starts protecting this little kid, and you find out it's not a boy, but it's a girl. Who is this girl? Where did she come from? Supposedly, she was a stowaway from that other ship that they burnt down, and but we don't know anything about her. Is she going to be a hostage? Like, I don't know, man. It was an okay book. It wasn't bad. It just didn't give me enough for a first issue to be like, man, this is awesome. I want to pick up the next issue. I don't know. I don't know where we're going with it, but it was definitely worth a read. It wasn't bad. The art was pretty good. It just wasn't my, I guess, favorite book of the week. But, you know, if you want to try it, go ahead and try it out. You know, support those independents. Doug says, thanks for the tip when it comes to Newsarama. The Comic Noob says, is Man Among Ye any good? Kind of interested in it. Yeah, so I just gave you the description. Tevye's like, who? Sounds boring. It wasn't boring. Believe it or not, it read really well. Like, it was written well, but when I'm explaining it, I'm kind of like, it sounds very simplistic, right? Nothing much really happened in it. Slime says, join the pirate fights a scary pirate coming to home. Home video towards you. Mass Panther's on the show. Says, hey, what's up, Mike? Welcome, Mass Panther. Breaking news, Generation Zero is officially dead. Okay. Martinen Mask. I'm going to pick up the second issue, but if the second one doesn't do much, I just might drop it. And Jeff Pearl Jam 1976 says, did you pick up Join the Future? It's really good. No, I have not read that series, and I have heard some good things about it. And Tevi is like, hey, Mass Panther. Slime says, but understand, the plot doesn't necessarily have to be compelling if it's told in an interesting way. Yeah, Slime, you do make a good point there. I just wanted something a little bit more, right? And I think this might be one of those stories when it comes to, Man Among Ye, is that it might take a couple issues to develop this plot, right? It was just kind of a big deal that they made that it was a female instead of a boy. It's kind of unheard of, again, that a female is on a pirate ship to begin with, and now you have this girl on this ship. And so it looks like maybe this woman is going to become maybe a motherly figure. Maybe she might take over this ship. I don't know. So it looks like it could be interesting. We'll see what happens. Not much happened. Give it time. We'll see what happens. All right. So there's that one. All right. Next one. Someone pointed this out earlier. Hotel Issue 2. This was a good book, man. The first one was freaking weird, okay? It was this lady who was pregnant. She had these dreams in Hotel Room 1, right, about this devil baby. She was like breastfeeding on her, and this thing came alive. It was weird. But you saw a glimpse of Hotel Room 2, where a husband meets up with the female and says, hey, how you doing, And then the wife opens up the door. Oh, you're always meeting other people. You're so friendly. Why don't you come back inside? Dude, in issue 2, if you read this shit crosses over. Like, you see it cross over into the actual from the first issue, which I thought was amazing. I was like, wow, that's cool. That happened in the first issue. So let's go back. What was this story about? So this was Room 2. It's about a husband and a wife. Husband's taking time off from a job. He's rich. He's from a Fortune 500 company. He goes to this specific hotel with his wife, and basically they go and they explore the forest that's around this desert, which is unheard of. It's like this weird lake that's like rainbow color. We're like, wow, we've never seen anything like this. And so they're going to celebrate some fun time in their hotel room at night, and the husband winds up actually poisoning his wife, and she dies, right? And he's like, I can't stand you. I hate you. You're a horrible bitch. And he cuts her up, and she puts the body pieces into a bag, into like a suitcase, and he does like the mafia thing, right? He sits there and he's just like, can't leave any evidence. He's like whistling while he's doing it. He's like, I have a new lease on life. I can meet new people. Throws it into that weird lake, right? And the next thing, he makes his way back. He meets the people in Room 1, how it crosses over. Next thing you see is she reappears in a freaking room again. And you're like, what? Like, how is that even possible, right? He's like, holy crap, I thought you were dead. And then it just keeps going. You gotta read this book, man. It's so good. It's so good. And it's only 4-issue story. So that's what's kind of good about these AWA books. Like, they're not releasing a ton of books, or when they're releasing books, it's only going to be, some of them are only going to be miniseries. So good. I can't explain how much I like this. I love this issue compared to issue 1. It was so much better. I am a fan of horror books, so maybe that's why I liked it so much. But go out there and pick this up. Try to support this new company. They're doing great things, man. Great things. All right, so let's see what we have here. Pearl Jam 76 says, yes, Hotel would be a great show, like Tales from the Crypt of Creepshow. So if I stand corrected, Pearl Jam, were born in 1976. I was born in 1975. We're the same age. I used to watch Tales from the Crypt. I love those old horror books. Great stuff. Comic Universal says, did anyone read the finale to Ant-Man Mini this week? I was kind of good. It was kind of good at the end. It says the end, or is it as Swarm became king of the bugs? So maybe we are going to get another Ant-Man book. I can't see that. I did hear that the Ghost Spider book was ending as well, and then they're going to relaunch it as a new volume. So they might do that. So we'll see what happens. Comic Book Noob says, some fun time. Yeah, man, it was definitely a fun book. Comic Book Noob says, wouldn't mind picking up AWA titles. A little hard to get over here, though. Oh, yeah, that's tough. I bet it is. I'm sorry to hear that if you can't get them. Ant-Man and the Wasp was a lot of fun for Tevia, so that's good. So definitely worth a pickup, guys. Check it out. If you like horror books, this is fun. I didn't want to spoil the rest of the book for you because you got to see how this book ends and how the story continues. So much good stuff there. All right, so let's move on to our next book. So we're book number 3 here. We're talking about the Resistance issue 2. Again, this is another book from AWA where this is the book where it shares its universe, okay? This is the one where it's going to kick off its universe, and then other books are going to spawn from it. It's very similar to what's going on in the world today. So we had a pandemic. There was like over 400 million people that died from this. And then there is a certain amount of people that developed powers. It's something like maybe like 10 million people. They were doing the math in the book or something like that, okay? Some of them don't know they have these powers yet. Some of them do. Some of them are starting to act out. Some of them are getting checked out by scientists and things like that. Intelligence is starting to figure this out, and they're like, what do we need to do to stop this from happening before this becomes a problem? Well, one of the guys from the intelligence is resigning because these people want to actually put these guys into jail. They want to contain them before people start freaking out. And this guy's like, I'm resigning. I have nothing to do with this. Okay. So they're like, okay, that's fine. You do. And they wind up kidnapping him. Then we get to see the first major players from this resistance come into play. People that have these superpowers to rescue this guy from the intelligence agency and whatnot. And it was kind of cool to see their powers. And I think Straczynski is the one that writes this, and Mike Deodato Jr. does the artwork. And it was cool to see, again, these people developing their powers. And then there's this other group that was briefly introduced at the end of the book called the Moths. And when their powers are actually blossomed and starting to be used, they only have 6 months to live. So this is another group of people that are developed, again, from this virus, which I thought was quite interesting. But then it leaves you on a cliffhanger to be continued in Moths issue 1. So this is how the universe starts to grow. A lot of the things are spawned from this 6-issue event. And again, we got to see a lot of this stuff happen in this Resistance issue 1. I thought it was a great book. It's an interesting read. How these other mutants or whatever you want to call them found out about this guy that was, getting kidnapped or whatnot. It happened from the inside. You have to read it to find out. Really good book. I definitely suggest you guys picking up Resistance. It's a good stuff here. Again, only 6 issues. So if you can go on the stands and find it, I definitely recommend it. Definitely. All right. Tone Loke is on the show. What's up, Tone Loke? Member of the channel. Hey, Mike, Waves question. Do you still collect Batman Grave? And is it true Immortal Hulk ends at issue 50, or is it continuing online? Okay. I don't read Batman Grave anymore. I didn't feel like that enough happened in it. Like there was enough reading material, right? So I don't read that anymore, Tone Loke. And then we did talk about it here earlier. Immortal Hulk is ending at issue 50. There was a news article about it. We're only on issue 34, so they did the math. If the book comes out on time, no delays, it looks like that the book will be ending in October of 2021. And I said it earlier, it's okay that this book ends, because if Al Ewing has no more story to tell, then let him end it. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. This is a great run on the series. All right, so let's see what we have in some of these comments here. Wouldn't mind picking up. Yeah, we talked about that. Ant-Man was good. Ghost Spider, I just don't like that name, like it at all. That's what Tevia said. We talked about Tone Loc is on. Pearl Jam. Batman's grave has too many splash pages. So, all right. So that is the AWA books, guys. I definitely recommend that book for you. Okay. All right. So let's move on now. We're going to talk about, oh, you know what? I forgot to do it. Let's do it right now. Let's do it. This is my big reveal of my $3.99 statue, my action figure. It's a whole maybe 2 inches big. It's minifigure. We're going to find out what's inside. I found this at Target. There's 20 plus characters to collect. And I figure I'm going to display these characters when I show my comic book covers on my Facebook page, and I'm going to put next to my Batman comics. So here we go. We're going to open this up. It's live, guys. You're the first one to see one. Oh my God. I was dropped. I'm back. I don't know what happened. Hopefully you guys are going to still be here. Oh my God, I lost all my viewers. Guys, come back. I am back. I will wait to open this until you guys are back. Oh my gosh. I had almost 40 people watching, and now we're down. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to come back. So we'll see what happens. I know you guys were talking about Spider-Gwen and all that other stuff. Yeah, something did happen. My internet must have cut out and it kicked me out. So hopefully you guys will come back here in a second, and we'll get started with this unboxing thing here. But let's talk about the next book before we jump on. We're going to talk about The Wind, okay? Wind issue 1. The excitement of the opening crashed the live stream. Yes, that's it. I mean, there were so many people that wanted to see this Batman unboxing of this mystery minifigure that it broke the internet. Millions of people wanted to see this, right? So, and it crashed it. So let's talk about The Wind while we get the rest of the viewers coming back on, and then we'll see what's inside that barrel. Wind issue 1, written by Tinian, okay? Fantasy-like book. Kind of cartoony when it comes to the artwork. We get this mysterious blue character who's been having these crazy dreams. He dreamed that he turned to some dragon. He works as a cook or something, a waiter in some kind of food establishment in a kingdom. Slime says every time this shows the capsule, the stream takes a dip. It's too powerful. Don't do it. It's Batman's equipment in there, right? So anyway, when it comes to that book, this kid is in this kingdom and stuff like that, and he comes across, he sees this guy called the Bandage Man, and he makes his way towards the king, and then it goes to totally different direction where we have this boy who's a gardener and he's friends with the prince, and he's going to take over the kingdom one day, and there's this secret. So when it came to The Wind issue 1, it felt like 2 totally different stories that I was reading. I wasn't a huge fan of it. It was an oversized issue. The artwork again was cute. I liked it. I just don't know if I'm going to go out and buy issue 2 again. I guess it's going to depend on the week. All right. So we'll see what happens. So, all right, guys. So here we go. We're going to attempt this again. We're going to try to open this. What is inside? This is going to be so lackluster, but everyone's anticipating it now, right? Because it caused my stream to crash. Again, guys, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Like this video. All right. So here we go. We open it up. It comes in plastic. All right. It's in plastic. What's inside is the little checklist here. So I'm not looking at it yet. Here's the checklist of the people that you can get. You can get Bane, you can get Clayface, you can get Batgirl, you can get Scarecrow. There's rare ones. There's rare Batman. There's super rare Robin. There's Rebirth Batman. There's Swamp Batman. There's Robin, Nightwing, Joker, Harley Quinn, and Red Hood. That doesn't look like 20 characters. It said collect over 20 characters on the box. Here's the checklist. All right. So what did we get, guys? I'm not looking at this. I'm just going to take the plastic off, and I'm going to show you what it is. And then we're going to see what it is. All right. I think this might be right. I don't know. There it is. It is Robin. There it is, guys. Here it is. There, it focused in pretty good there. There's Robin for you. Is that Damian? Pretty cool, I guess, right? So I guess you can put him on this little stand and off you go. You can go bat swinging. You can swing around Gotham and do whatever. Oh, they actually stand on there. They got a hole for him to stand on. So it's like a little stand. So that's pretty cool. So it gives it a little height, right? So again, $3.99. Can't expect very much. This video is going viral now, bitches. That's right. Oh, God. Let's see what you guys have to say right here. Are you going to post another haul on Wednesday? This is Body Skywalker. Yeah. I'm definitely I do my hauls every week. No matter when, no matter what, I always do them. Being that my schedule's picking up next week, the hauls will be posted a little bit later, maybe on Wednesday, maybe even on Thursday. So we'll see what happens with the hauls for next week. Let's see. Yeah, Tevia was definitely Damian there. It's going to be Batgirl. Damian, yes, that's fire. Cheetown Bud says. Martin's like, nice. Of course it's Damian would crash the stream. Yeah, so there he is, guys. I'm glad you had fun with that one. All right, so let's talk about this last book before we close off the show. Oh, here's Comics Universal comment before we jump in. Did anyone read Green Lantern this week? I thought the team up with Flash was good and Hal being attacked at the end was a great end. Also, Olivia Reynolds remembering she has you mind was great. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't read it. I don't personally read it. Maybe others on the stream have actually read this, but I don't read the Grant Morrison run. I'm just not a fan of it. Leon Sharp's artwork is pretty good, but I just didn't like how he's just pretty much like solo and there's no core, and I don't know. I just didn't like it. So sorry about that. All right, so Death Metal issue 1. Now, here's the thing for me. When it came to the original Metal series, I didn't complete it. And recently, I went to Books A Million, and there was a good deal there, and they got trades, buy 2, get the 3rd free. And I bought Metal, and I bought Rise of the Resistance, and I bought all the other ones. And I read pieces of Metal. So when I got to Death Metal, I had obviously understood what happened in the issue, right? But I was just a little foreign to certain things that happened. But nevertheless, I thought it was an interesting story. I loved the map of this universe, like the castle and everything like that. I thought that was cool. Capullo's artwork was great. Scott Snyder's writing was fantastic. The end of the book was phenomenal, and I don't really want to spoil that in case you guys haven't read it yet, but I thought the ending was interesting. I'm not as familiar with DC as I am with Marvel, unfortunately, and so when we got into the talks of like Crisis and Anti-Crisis and certain energies happen here, and Perpetua was stuck in the Source Wall, but she's, and then she wound up, I don't know. There was a lot of confusion in that aspect for me. But the events that happened in the book was so cool, like with Wally West being shown, and obviously he still has the powers of Dr. Manhattan, and Wonder Woman, how she's trying to, I guess, portray the Batman who laughs, and and just Batman showing up, and he has the Black Lantern ring, which I thought was the coolest shit in the world in there, as he rises people from the swamp. I think Swamp Thing, is totally badass, how he's on fire because his world is burning, and so he only has so much power, which I thought was really cool. There were so many little cool things. The Bat Rex, right, was cool because his freaking Batman's consciousness was like uploaded into the T-Rex, which I thought is so cool, man. There were so many little things in there that I really enjoyed, and I can't wait to see what happens in this book. It's a lot of fun. But again, those 2 pages where they were explaining everything, I thought was a good way to catch up on readers that haven't read the first series. There was just a lot to digest there in just 2 pages, and that's my issue. That's always been my issue with DC Comics. There's so much convoluted stuff that they gotta figure out ways on why certain things happen. But the premise of the story is kind of cool because Perpetua has like 8 worlds left to destroy out of the 52 worlds or Earths, and then the Batman Who Laughs can kind of reform the Earths the way he wants to, and he's kind of bribing other heroes, to give them their own world and stuff like that. So yeah, really awesome stuff. I liked it better than I thought I was. I think it hooked me from that map page right from the start, and it was good. It was a lot of fun. So great stuff there. Any comments you guys want to talk about when it comes to death metal, let me know. I wound up getting one of the art germ covers and the chrome cover when it came to those books, but I'm looking forward to the next issue. Also, the JSA is supposed to appear in the second issue from what I heard as well. So that's going to be cool, and they're all old and nasty looking. All right, so let's see what we have here in the comments. Let's see. Comic Universal, did anyone read the Batman the Animated Series comic this week? I actually read it last week because that's when it came out. I thought it was okay. I don't think it was like spectacular, but I did like how Jason Todd was introduced into the series at the end, so that's going to make it a lot of fun. I wasn't fond of the whole robot thing with Superman being in the robot, and I thought that the art was a little bit simplistic for it. I get that they're trying to get it like the animated series, but I felt that it could have been a little bit darker. It almost reminded me of like a kid's book in a way. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see. Comments here. Tevia loved the ending of Heavy Metal or Death Metal. Scott Snyder's writing is a hit or miss for me. And Martin, I agree with you. When it comes to his Discovered Country book, not a fan of that book at all. I read the first 5 issues. I gave it such a try. I wanted to love that book, and I just did not like it at all. Comic Universal said Death Metal was great, and the way Wonder Woman killed Batman Who Laughs was amazing. Also, Batman was a total badass in it, but wish Superman was in the issue. Yeah, he did not make his appearance in this issue. When does he make his appearance? But Batman was cool, man. Batman wearing that Black Lantern ring was the shit. I love that part. That made my day right there, And another one of my favorite panels was when the T-Rex is talking about, to Wonder Woman about certain things, which I thought was funny. Tevi goes, they reference the Crisis on Infinite Earths, 0 Hour, Infinite Crisis, and Final Crisis. Exactly. And there's all this crisis matter, and there's all this antimatter, and just all that shit blows my mind because I haven't read it, and there's been so many crises, and it's just like I can't begin to understand all the stuff that has happened in the DC universe. So I kind of just go with the flow sometimes when it comes to these things. Okay. Tevia, they reference Crisis on. Yep, that's right. She betrayed the Batman Who Laughs. All right, that was epic. Yep, that's right. Comic Universal. In Death Metal, I lost it. Oh, shoot, I lost the thing now. In Death Metal, they flash back to the end of the final year of the villains issue that imply that the main universe heroes. Maybe I'm just confused. Yeah, it wound up going back to the end of the Justice League that ended in January, but I didn't read Justice League, so that's how I think they crossed over into this world or this portal somehow. And they don't remember certain things, and certain things they remember. It is a little confusing. Noob, I'm hoping I can pick Death Metal up. My stores only has half of its orders coming today. They don't know when the other half is coming. Oh man, that stinks. I'm sorry to hear that. Pearl Gem says spot on about Death Metal. Thank you. Do you think Death Metal will retcon all the awful crap like Bendis? No, it's not, because Bendis is still going to be writing Superman for a while, so that's not going to happen. I think it might change a lot of things that happen going forward in DC, and this could cause a launch for a bunch of new comics. We have a lot of stuff that is not out right now when it comes to a lot of your heroes, when it comes to books. So I think by the end of this event, this could spawn a bunch of new number ones when it comes to DC Comics. So look forward to that. This event could excite people and excite DC once again. Let's see. Chrome cover was super cool. Yeah, you have to get it. I mean, it's almost like nostalgia. Oh, Chrome covers are out again. Let's buy them, right? Let's see. Slime. To be fair, the animated series is a kid's show. You're right, Slime. It is a kid's show. However, you watch that show, and I'm like, man, that was made for kids. That show was kind of dark, man. It really was. Tevia, any opinion on Deceased, Last Hope? Because I read it, and it's one of the best Wally West Flash stories. Oh, did that come out? I didn't read it. I didn't read it yet. I keep forgetting that comes out. I read the first 2 chapters. Undiscovered Countries all over the place. Might drop that book soon. Martin's like, that's a lot of Crisis. Yeah, absolutely. Tevia, I'm so happy Wonder Woman. Yes, that happened. Definitely, it was a great ending. I don't think he's dead, though. I think he's going to come back. There's no way he's dead just like that. Did you read Wonder Woman Dead Earth? No. I thought the first 2 issues were okay, but I found myself kind of bored with it, so I didn't pick up this issue this time. And maybe I should have to complete the books, right? Because I think it's only 3 issues. Am I right or am I wrong there? Let's see. Superman this week was epic. Superman versus Mongol concluded with Superman using his diplomacy and kindness to hold the United Planets together. The UN has accepted Superman as their United Planets. Okay, that's cool, as their representative. All right, cool. Pearl Jam says she killed Superman. There are 4 issues. Okay, that's interesting. She killed Superman. That's great stuff there. But yeah, I have two of the books. So yeah. So Death Metal, definitely worth the read. I think it was definitely the highlight book of the week when it comes to DC Comics. But don't forget about those independent books. Check those books out, especially those AWA books. Support those independent creators. Don't forget about that Walking Dead book that's going to come out. I don't know if I said the release date. It's coming out July 1st. So that's a couple of weeks away. Not bad, huh? So I'm excited about that. I already notified my comic shop that I want this book, and I don't even know if they knew it was coming out. So, yeah, I'm excited about that one. Comic Book Noob says, I'll wait till the trade comes out for Wonder Woman Dead Earth. And she only killed Superman because filled with rage. All right, guys. So I'm going to call it quits for the day. We're out that hour mark. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget to check out all my other content on this channel, guys. Check out the top 10 comic book covers of the week, where you can vote on your favorite comic book cover. Don't forget to check out top 10 most anticipated covers for the next week, so you get to see what books are coming out and which ones are my favorite. Don't forget to check out my haul on Wednesdays. Of course, this show on Thursdays. And on Fridays, sometimes I'll be doing what's it worth, where I, check out my collection. And on Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern time, where I get a whole bunch of my friends and we do Comic Book Weekly. And that's over on the Comic Frontline channel as well. So check out all that stuff. Guys, continue to like the channel, continue to watch, show that love, support, make this channel grow. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time, guys, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. And please be safe. And I'll see you guys real soon. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Bye.